Good morning, children. Sai Ram. Children, today I'm again going to continue with the same chapter, that is chapter number 5th, and the name of our chapter is Theory of Demand. Children, this is the third video of this chapter, and in the previous two videos, we have already finished up with some of the important topics of this chapter. Now, today we are going to cover up the remaining topics of this chapter. Today, we are going to learn the law of demand, how the quantity demanded of the commodity responds to the change in its own price, change in quantity demanded and change in demand, cross price effects showing how price of the related goods affect the demand of the commodity, relationship between income and demand, and finally we are going to cover up the impact of taste and preferences on demand for a commodity. So this will be the topic what we are going to learn today. Now let's start with the first topic, that is change in quantity demanded and change in demand. Our topic is change in quantity demanded versus change in demand. Children, when the quantity demanded of the commodity changes due to change in its own price, keeping other things constant, then it is known as change in quantity demanded. And when the quantity demanded of the commodity changes due to change in any factor other than the own price of the commodity, is known as change in demand. So a change in quantity demanded changes in demand, especially due to a price, whereas the law of demand applicable, whereas a change in demand refers to a change in demand cost due to any factor other than the own price of the commodity. So, children, let us learn the distinction between change in quantity demanded and change in demand. As I just said, when the quantity demanded of the commodity changes due to change in price, keeping other things constant, is known as change in quantity demanded, and it is graphically expressed as a movement along the same demand curve, whereas change in demand occurs due to change in any determinants other than the price. Or you can say that when the quantity demanded of the commodity changes due to change in any factor other than the own price of the commodity, is known as change in demand. It is graphically expressed as a shift in the demand curve. So change in quantity occurs due to change in price. This we are already understood. Now the change in demand occurs due to change in any determinants other than the price. Now our second point says that due to the change in the quantity demanded, there is a results in movement from one point to another point on a fixed demand curve, whereas change in demand results in shifting of the demand curve either to the rightward shift or either to the leftward shift. Change in demand, also called as extension in demand, or it is or contraction in demand, whereas the change in demand also called as rise and fall in demand. So let us learn first a change in quantity demanded. Children, when the quantity demanded of the commodity changes due to change in price, keeping other things constant, is known as change in quantity demanded. Here the law of demand applicable. What is law of demand? Children, a law of demand states that there is always an inverse relationship between the prices of the commodity and the quantity demanded. If the prices of the commodity increases, then the quantity demanded of the commodity decreases, and if the prices of the commodity increases, then the quantity demanded of the commodity decreases. So with this explanation of law of demand, understood that there is always have a negative or an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. So same here in the change in quantity demanded, the demand of the commodity affects due to change in price. So therefore it is graphically expressed as a movement along the same. Now let us learn change in demand. Children, when the demand of the commodity changes due to change in any factor other than the own price of the commodity is known as change in demand. So change in demand occurs due to any change in any factors other than the prices. I have already explained you that there are five determinants that affect the individual demand of a commodity. The first one is price of related goods, income of the consumer, taste and preferences, and expectations. These are the various determinants that affect the individual demand. And if you look for the market demand, it affects all this determinants. And a part of it, there are other determinants also, like size and composition of population, unequal distribution of unequal distribution of income also affects the demand of the commodity. So when there is a change in demand, it occurs a shift along the demand curve. So, with this explanation, we will understand that children, change in quantity demanded occurs due to change in price, which leads to a movement along the demand curve. Now, this movement along the demand curve can be expressed in two ways. Either it is a downward movement or it is an upward movement. So, if it is a downward movement, it is known as expansion movement, and it is happens due to decrease in price. So it is known as the expansion in demand or increase in quantity demanded, or it is also known as extension in quantity demanded or extension in demand. Now on the very right hand side, you're watching the movement along the demand curve occurs due to an upward movement, which is known as contraction in demand, and this contraction in demand is due to increase in prices. Now let us learn the expansion or extension in demand. So children, expansion in demand refers to a rise in the quantity demanded due to fall in price of a commodity, keeping other things constant. I mean, when the quantity demanded of the commodity increases due to fall in price, then it is known as expansion in demand. It leads to a downward movement along the same demand curve, and it is also known as extension in demand or increase in quantity demanded. Now let us take a schedule first of explaining the concept. Suppose we have taken a schedule, table number 3.4 and a figure 3.5. On the very upper most side is a table of the commodity is 25, the quantity demanded is 100 units. As such, the price of the commodity decreases from 20 to 15. The demand of the commodity increases from 100 to 150. So this is called as an expansion in demand, and it leads to a downward movement along the. At first, you're watching here, children. On x-axis, we have plotted the quantity demanded in units. Just see in figure 3.5, whereas the prices I have plotted on the y-axis. Now, S is the quantity demanded is 100 at 20 rupees of prices. Now, as such, the price reduced from 20 to 15. The demand curve shift. The demand curve start going down. It is called as a downward movement from point A to point B. So this is known as expansion in demand. The demand of a commodity increases just because of decrease in price, and it is graphically expressed as a downward movement along the same demand curve. Now, children, let us learn the contraction in demand. So contraction in demand refers to a fall in the quantity demanded due to rise in price of the commodity, keeping other factors constant, or other factors remains constant. And what are the other factors that remain constant? That is price of related goods, income of the consumer, taste and preferences, expectation, size and composition of population, unequal distribution of income. These are the various determinants which we keep as constant. We are keeping it constant we can feel that there is no change in this various determinants, and only just because of the change in prices the demand of the commodity increases or decreases. Now here we are going to learn the contraction in demand. Now if there is a contraction in demand, it leads to an upward movement along the same demand curve, and it is also known as decrease in quantity demand. Now for this contraction of demand, we have a table like 3.5, which is explaining here that the price of the commodity is 20 and the quantity demanded is 100. As such, the price increases from 20 to 25. The quantity demanded of the commodity decreases from 100 to 70. So this is known as a contraction in demand due to the increase in the prices. Now when you are going to plot at the diagram, you just see children, on the very right hand side, the 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 quantity demanded of the commodity we have plotted on the x-axis, whereas the prices we are plotting on the y-axis. Now as such, the price of the commodity is 20, the quantity demanded is 100, but as such the price increases from 20 to 25. The quantity demanded of the commodity decreases from 100 to 75. So this is known as a contraction in demand, and it leads to an upward movement from point A to point B. This is known as the contraction in demand. Now let us learn the next point, change in demand. Children, change in demand occurs due to change in any factors other than the own price of the commodity, which leads to a shift in the demand curve. And shift can be either a rightward shift or a leftward shift, and if it is a right, is known as increase in demand. It is called as increase in demand because we have a favorable change in any factor other than the same price. I mean, the demand of the commodity increases just because either the customer taste and preferences is increased, or if the future prices of the commodity, I mean the future expectations increases or decreases, or the income of the commodity increases. So these are the various factors, I mean, which is always there for an increase in demand. But if it is a leftward shift, which is known as a decrease in demand, and this decrease in demand is just because due to the unfavorable changes at the same price. I mean the prices of the commodities will be remain same, and just because of other factors the demand of the commodity increases and decreases, and if this situation prevails, then it is known as change in demand. So now let us move on to the next topic. Children, let us learn the increase in demand and decrease in demand. Increase in demand refers to rise in the quantity demanded. Increase in demand refers to rise in the quantity of a commodity caused due to any factors other than the own price of the commodity. So in this case, demand rises at the same price, or demand remains same even at high prices. Now in increase in demand, we are going to learn there is neither increase in the prices of the commodity or it is decreases in the prices of the commodity, but there is a favorable changes in any on price. For example, suppose a research reveals that people who are regularly eat green vegetables has longer lives longer. So this will raise the demand for green vegetables even at the same prices, and it will shift the demand curve of vegetables towards right. Now let us take an example. It's just if there is an increase in demand, it leads to a rightward shift in the demand, as we are seen in this diagram. So children, our schedule for increase in demand is like the prices of the commodity is 20, the demand of the commodity is 100. Now as such the price remains same, but the demand of the commodity increases from 100 to 150. So the prices we are plotted on the x-axis, where on the y-axis, whereas the demand we are plotted on the x-axis. So the price remains same in both the demand. So when the price is 20, the quantity demanded is 100 initially. Now, as such, there is a favorable changes. The demand of a commodity increases and it will shift towards right. So the demand of the commodity increases just because of the change in any factors, and the prices will remain same. That is why a new demand curve is formed by d dash d dash, and the demand curve shift from a point to b point towards right, which is known as an increase in demand. Now, decrease in demand refers to a fall in the demand of a commodity caused due to any factors caused due to any factor other than the own price of the commodity. In a case, children, demand falls at the same price or demand remains same even at lower prices. It leads to a leftward shift in the demand curve. We take one schedule. Children, the table number 3.7 says that the price of the commodity at rupees 20 and the demand of the commodity is 100. I mean, when the price is 20, the demand is 100. As such, the price remains the same, but there is demand from 100 to 70. So this is known as the decrease in demand with same prices, and this decrease in demand is just because of any unfavorable change in any factors other than the own price of the commodity. So when we are going to plot it as a diagram, you are watching, children, the demand we are plotted on the x-axis, whereas the price we are plotted on the y-axis. Initially, demand curve is A, which is representing with A, and it shows the demand rupees 100 at a price of rupees 20. Now, as such, there is an unfavorable taste and preferences. The demand curve will shift towards left, and a new demand curve is formed, which is representing with d dash d dash, and at point B is a point where the demand of the commodity fell short from 100 to 70. So this is known as a decrease in demand, and it takes a leftward shift. Children, now let's learn the next topic, that is cross price effect on demand curve. Now, what is the cross price effect? Children, cross price effect refers to effect on the demand for a given commodity due to change in price of a related goods. It means the cross price effects originates where the substitute goods and the complementary goods and the substitute goods falls. If there is any falls in if there is any decrease or increase in the price of this related goods, then it is known as cross price effect. Now, children, let us learn the cross price effect on demand curve in the various you can say the price of related goods. First, we are going to learn the cross price effect in the prices of related goods. Children, I have already explained you the price of related goods. I mean, there are two kinds of goods. The first one is substitute goods, and the second is the complementary goods. Now, what are the substitute goods? Substitute goods are those goods which can be used in place of one another to satisfy the human wants. I mean, suppose if there are two goods, like one is tea and one is coffee, then these goods will be considered as substitute goods with one another. So if there is any change in the prices of the substitute goods, then it definitely affects the demand of another commodity. As I have already explained you, in substitute goods, if the prices of substitute goods increases, then the demand of a given commodity increases. Now let us learn first for substitute goods. So a change, the increase or decrease in the price of substitutes goods directly affect the demand of the given commodity. Now this change, I mean the increase or decrease can be better understood with this two different bases. The first is the increase in the prices of substitute goods. Suppose if there is an increase in the prices of substitute goods, then how it affects the demand of the given commodity. When the price of substitute goods, say coffee, now here we are taking two goods, I mean the given goods is tea and the substitute goods is coffee. So when the price of substitute goods, say coffee, rises, the demand of the given commodity, say tea, increases. And with the same prices of tea, a customer can have more units of the customer can have more units of tea. So when the prices of the substitute goods, you can say, rises, then the demand of given commodity, say tea, also rises. From here in this diagram you're watching, it is rises from OQ to OQ1 at the same level of prices, that is at OP. It leads to a rightward shift to the demand curve of a given commodity from D dash T dash. Now children, just see here the so just see here children, the demand we have been plotted on the x-axis, whereas the prices of tea we are showing here on the y-axis. Children, when the price of tea is as usual same, suppose the price of tea is again rupees 10 and the price of coffee is again 10 rupees. So the demand of the commodity tea is dd, I mean this is the demand curve of tea at a price of P and Q. As such, the price of the substitute goods like the coffee increases. I mean the coffee previously is available at 10 rupees, but now it becomes available at 15 rupees. It means there is an increase in the price of substitute goods. Now as such, there is an increase in the price of substitute goods, say coffee increases, then the demand of the given commodity for tea also increases, and it will increases from as the demand of the tea increases, it will shift towards right from DD to D dash D dash with the same prices of tea. So this is called increase in uh, demand of a given commodity just because of increase in the prices of substitute goods. Now as such, if the second condition says that demand if there is a decrease in the price of substitute goods, now when the price of the substitute goods falls, then it definitely decreases the demand of the given commodity, say tea. So children, when there is a decrease in price of substitute goods, say coffee, the demand of the given commodity like tea also decreases from OQ to OQ dash at the same prices, and it will shift the demand curve of a given commodity towards left from D to D1 D dash D dash. Now children, just suppose as I have already explained you, if the prices of tea is rupees 10 and a coffee is again rupees 10. Now as such, the price of the substitute goods like coffee decreases from 10 to 8. It means the tea will be available at the same price of rupees 10. Then children, what happens, how it affects the demand of the given commodity? It definitely decreases the demand of the given commodity like tea, because now coffee is available at rupees 8 rupees per unit. Now the customer is more interested in preferring coffee than the tea. In this case, the demand of the given commodity, say tea, decreases. So with this explanation, we will understand that if there is any change in the prices of substitute goods, then it definitely affects the demand of a given commodity. If the prices of the substitute goods increases, then the demand of the given commodity also decreases, and if the prices of substitute goods decreases, then the demand of the given commodity also decreases. So with This explanation, we will understand that we have a positive relationship between the prices of the substitute goods and the demand of a given commodity. Now let us learn the next cross price effect of complementary goods. Now children, what is complementary goods? So children, what are complementary goods? Complementary goods are those goods which are used together to satisfy a particular want. So complementary goods, we can also say that as a goods which are used combinedly to satisfy the need of a consumer. So if there is any change in the price of a complementary goods, then it definitely affects the demand of a given commodity. So if there is an increase or decrease in the price of complementary goods, then it inversely affects the demand of the given commodity. Now there is again a two situation. If there is an increase in the price of complementary goods, then how it affect the demand of a given commodity, and if there is a decrease in the goods, then how it decreases the demand of the commodity. So let us take the first situation. If there is an increase in the price of complementary goods, so children, when the price of complementary goods say sugar rises, then the demand of a given commodity, say tea, falls from OQ to OQ1 at the same price of OQ, and as a result the demand curve of the given commodity shift towards left from DD to D1 D1. Now here children, we are taking uh, you can say sugar as a complementary goods and tea as a given commodity. So as such, there is an increase in the price of complementary goods, like say sugar. If the price of the sugar increases, then the cost of then the cost of one cup of tea also increases, and if the cost of complementary goods increases, then the cost of given commodity also increases, which affects which affects as it decreases the demand of a given commodity, say tea. Now see children, the demand of tea we are plotted on the x-axis, whereas the price of tea we are plotted on the y-axis. So demand curve is representing with dt, which says that the price of tea is as this and the quantity demand of the commodity is q. Now as such, if the prices of sugar increases, then the cost of tea also increases, and if the cost of tea increases, it becomes costlier than before, and if it is become costlier than before, that it definitely decreases the demand of the given commodity. Say curve of the commodity tea shift towards left from DD to D1 D1 due to increase in price of complementary goods, say sugar, at the same price of P at OP. Now we have the inverse relationship here with the price of the price of the complementary goods and the demand. Now let us take the second situation. If there is a decrease in the price of complementary goods, so when there is a decrease in the price of complementary goods, say sugar, demand for a given commodity increases because now the prices of you can say one cup of tea becomes cheaper than before, and and it definitely increases the demand of a given commodity, say tea, from OQ to OQ1 at the same price of OP. So as a result, the demand curve of a given commodity shifted towards right from DD to D1. You just see children here, the demand of tea we are plotted on the x-axis at figure number 3.5, whereas price of tea is also representing on the y-axis. Now as such, the demand curve of a given commodity, say tea, shift towards right from D1 to from DD to D1 D1 due to decrease in price of complementary goods, sugar, at the same price of OP. So this is a change, a cross price effect of change in complementary goods. Now let us learn cross price effect in normal goods and inferior goods. Now normal goods is what? Normal goods are those goods which has a positive relationship with the income of the consumer. If the income of the consumer increases, then the demand for normal goods also increases, and vice versa. So let us learn the cross price effect of any change in the income of the consumer on normal goods. So these are the demand for which increases as income of the buyer rises, and there is always a positive relationship between the income and demand. In case the normal goods income effect is positive. So children always understood, if there is an increase in income, then definitely we are going to consume more of the units of the commodity, and in such a situation the demand will be shifted towards right. And if there is a decrease in the income of the consumer, then it is a situation where less goods, I mean the less units of normal goods is purchased even when it price constant. So if the income decreases, then the consumer can have less of, or he can consume less of the commodity, and in that situation the demand curve will be shifted towards left. So with this way we are understood that there is a positive relationship between the income as well as the demand of the given commodity. Now let us see the inferior goods. And inferior goods is what? And inferior goods are those goods which has an inverse relationship between the income of the consumer and the demand for the commodity. So these are the goods where the demand for which decreases as income of buyer rises. So there is always an inverse or a negative relationship between the income and the demand. And if we are looking out for the inferior goods, and income effect is negative. So let us see how the demand curve of an inferior changes when the income of the buyer changes. So there is again the two situation which is as under. The first is increase in income. So children, if there is an increase in income, then the consumer will be not interested to prefer more the inferior goods, because if his income rises, then he will consume less of inferior goods and more of normal goods. So it means in a situation of increase in income, less of inferior goods is purchased, and the consumer prefers to shift on the superior substitutes, because now he can afford them, and he is buying less of a commodity at its existing prices, implies is a backward shift in the demand curve or decrease in demand. So children always understood, if there is an increase in the price, then the consumer will be shifted from the inferior goods to the best substitute goods. So now he is in affordable condition to consume the better quality of products, the best goods which is been available. So if there is a decrease in income, if the income decreases, then the consumer already consuming an inferior goods. Now if the further there is an increase in income, he is again inclined to consume more of inferior goods. So maybe he has further cut his consumption of superior goods and buy more of inferior goods. So implies a situation of forward shift in demand curve or increase in demand for inferior goods. So children, here the income matters a lot for the income for the inferior goods. If the income increases, then he is not inclined to consume more the inferior goods. He will wish to consume the better quality goods, because is in affordable condition. But when the income of the consumer decreases, then he keep on consuming the inferior goods, because he is not in condition to prefer the high quality goods or high prices goods. Next is the final topic, which is the impact of taste and preferences on the demand for a commodity. So children, I have already explained you this determinant, as if there is obviously a favorable change in the taste and preferences of the customer, then the demand of the commodity increases. But if we have a negative, or if we have a negative or unfavorable changes in the taste and preferences of a commodity for the customer, then the demand of the commodity decreases. So in this way, we could understand that if there is a favorable change, then the demand of the commodity increases and it will be shifted towards right at the same prices. And if there is an unfavorable change of the customer for the commodity, then the demand of the commodity decreases with the same prices, and it will be a backward shift along with the same DD curve. So children, that's all for today. I mean, in the today's video, we have understood all the various points. Like we have understood the law of demand. We have already understood the difference between the change in quantity demanded and the change in demand. Thereafter, we have learned the cross price effects. We have learned the expansion in demand, contraction in demand, increase in demand, decrease in demand, and finally we have learned the cross price effects, which is related with the price of related goods, the income of the consumer, the taste and preferences, as well as the expectations. So that's all for today. Children, have a nice day, and thank you so much for watching, and Sai Ram.